Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Omni viewer, and I actually wasn't expecting this kind of news. My original plan was to do a last bit of random speculation about the upcoming Godzilla anime, which we now know is called Godzilla Monster Planet. But then suddenly, the Twitter account for the film just gave us not only 2 new images, but also some actual plot details. Very vague plot details, but, well, okay, let's just get to it. Here is the first image, with the accompanying text. Now, Twitter does have the ability to translate tweets so they can be read in the language of your choice. So I will be reading the exact translation. Any grammatical flubs or odd sentence structuring is the result of the translator. Quote, "And the exposed part of the story was not revealed so far. Stage is 20,000 years Earth. Has become a grand world, draws the fate of mankind and Godzilla. Then Haruo's youth landed Monster Planet Earth name. In the story, stay tuned." Yeah, like I said, this translation feature is not perfect. You should have seen what happened when I used Google Translate. However, I'm just going to say it right now, I was right. Kinda. Maybe. Basically, this is confirming we are on Earth 20,000 years in the future. And yes, I know it's the future because we're talking about the world having become grand. And the landscape they provided is very different from what we've seen so far. Every other shot of the jungle we've had has looked very bleak, but this is a very nice, picturesque shot. It almost looks like Pandora from James Cameron's Avatar. But not so much that it just looks like they're stealing from Avatar. I'll hold that judgment until I actually see the finished product. Still no sign of a monster, but okay, let's just go and see what the next one is. This image gives us our first clear look at one of the characters. The accompanying tweet for this picture reads as follows. Quote, "TISA visual second season. Young man wearing gloves is here depicted aircraft formation with multiple ship to try to land coming towards her, and behind the scenes was shaped like 2-legged walking robot and bike on the ground further weapons. This star landed..." I'm not just trailing off for the heck of it, it literally trails off in the tweet. Man, this translation feature, let me tell you. But yeah, first clear look at one of the, I'm assuming, human characters. He certainly looks human to me, but I guess you can never quite tell until you see it yourself. And we get a closer look at the vehicles and the mechs. We now see that the shuttlecraft we've seen in the first and third teaser image is just one of many. These things, which look like stormtrooper helmets, are motorcycles. We have a giant robot with no head, or rather a head that's really embedded into the body. And again, very different tone from the other pictures. All the other images we've seen so far have been bleak and cold and isolated, but this is a hero shot right here. This is the cavalry arriving to save the day. So now I'm really wondering what sort of tone this movie is going for. It's possible this shot is misleading. I mean, just looking at this shot for Puella Magi Madoka Magica, you'd never guess how disturbing it could get. Now, the tweet that accompanied the previous image mentioned the name Haruo. I'm guessing this guy is Haruo, and he will most likely be our human protagonist. Still no sign of Godzilla or any monsters, but the convention event is only a couple days away. I'm sure we'll get something by then, right? Right? But of course, the most significant bit of information on this image has nothing to do with the picture itself. Right down here at the bottom, we now have a confirmed release date of November 2017. No specific date, but we now know the month. And yeah, I'm not surprised by that in the least. I kind of figured it would be sometime later in the year, since November and December are traditionally when Toho releases Godzilla movies. I should also clarify this is when it will be released theatrically in Japan. Whether or not it will premiere globally on Netflix the same month? Well, we have no confirmation one way or the other about that just yet. Still, we know it's coming in November. We just have to be patient, no matter how hard that may be. But for now, that's the major news. Future Earth has been confirmed. Whether or not it's post-apocalyptic, I don't know, but Future Earth definitely confirmed. Now we just wait for the big stuff to happen. As always, feel free to leave your thoughts below. Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni Viewer, signing off.